And we're live. We are live today. The channel is Real Orlando Living. My name is Omar, and I'm with.
Your boy, Mr. Wrightchoice, and we back for another one.
Let's go. So, you know, we're back on another Wednesday. I told Tremaine before we started, hey, you give me the ox today. That's what my kids say. You give me the ox, so you're gonna have to let me cook, my guy. Yeah, you had a good week last week.
Yeah, I did, man. My week was good last week. Definitely was good. Had a closing last week, so that's always a good thing.
It's always good when you're making money, supporting your family.
Correct.
Let's get right into it. Let me bring it up first. First one on the docket. We didn't discuss this, so you're going to be a little broadside about what we're going to talk about, but because this news kind of broke out of nowhere within the last day. So
Okay.
a lot of local downtown promoters, club owners, business owners, and patrons alike are complaining about a new order that took effect in downtown Orlando. They're actually closing City of Orlando parking garages before 11 p.m. in a lot of key areas downtown. So a lot of business, and not only that, on top of that, they're restricting a lot of times that bars can be open, like another the cafes can be open downtown. They're restricting the way that entry lines are to clubs, and just a lot of general just restrictions that a lot of people weren't privy to, and it all happened like one swift move, and the public does not know. I don't like getting into politics, but I like getting into this because this shows you the importance of owning real estate and having a voice when you do own real estate. So off rip, me telling you that, Tremaine, what are you thinking about this thing?
So they're closing garages at 11 p.m. on weekends. So I'm assuming that there's only particular parts parking that you can go to after night. So they're gonna make all the money. That's what I'm assuming. And two, you probably got to take me off of broadcasting because I can't see what you see.
Got you. Hold on a second. What does that mean? I have no idea what that means.
I probably have to tell you after we get done. I'm looking at it on Facebook, so it's cool.
Oh, okay. You got to go. If you go on the screen on the bottom, you hit the top button, you should be able to see what I'm seeing.
All right,
You just never been on that side. That's what it is. You usually the one that's in charge.
all right, yeah, but yeah. So I'm assuming that's what that means. Um, yeah. So this is crazy. So who made this decision to close parking garages at 11 o'clock at night?
That's a good question. So, in downtown, we've covered a lot of downtown in our last couple lives, right? We talked about the entertainment
Correct.
district going on down there, and they're trying to change the whole look of downtown. And a lot of people are complaining, saying that they're trying to sanitize downtown and make it this kid friendly, family friendly area instead of letting, the old school way of doing it where bars are open and people are able to have fun in downtown. So part of the closure is saying that sidewalk cafes and restaurants are not to be open after midnight. If a restaurant kitchen must be open while the sidewalk cafes are seated. On top of that, bars and nightclub must have a designated queuing area approved by City Hall with an approved right-of-way agreement. On top of that, nightclubs must be at least 300 feet away from other nightclub uses. So you can't have two nightclubs. It sounds like you can't have two nightclubs right next to each other. And existing nightclubs,
What?
you have 6 months of remodeling to do. You have to do your remodel with it. You can remodel, but you got to do it within 6 months. You can't sit here and remodel for over a year.
I like that part, but everything else is what made these changes come?
So there's a couple things happening right now. So downtown, shout out to right now. All this has to do with District Five, which is a local district in Orlando. And if you didn't know that their commissioner just got relieved by the governor, So there's a new vote. They're gonna be voting, I believe, on the 21st of this month for a new District 5 uh, politician. So my daughter, there's a little bit of background.
Hmm.
My daughter belongs to the OMYGA, which is the Orlando Minority Youth Golf Association. Shout out to everybody in the OMYGA, baby. Yeah, so I'm in I'm in downtown every week, at least 4 times a week. I mean, at least 3 times a week when it comes to golf. So right on Perrymore, man. We're talking about Perrymore in the heart
There's
and
a
the
golf.
thick of things.
There's a golf court on Paramore.
Yeah, so if you
Golf
go, it's
course.
called the Callahan Center. So it's a local center, and they have a golf facility in the back, and it was meant for the youth of Orlando, the minority youth of Orlando. So
Is that where all the tennis courts is? Tennis and basketball stuff all outside.
so it look no, so like right down the street from that. So it's a community
Okay.
center, and right
Yeah.
next
I
to
know.
it is right behind it is a golf. They have golf. They also have basketball courts. So my
This
daughter,
is interesting.
she's been doing it for the last 4 years, and a lot of my family members have been going through it for the last 30 years. That's how I got into it. But I just happened to go on Tuesday. I just happened to be there to drop my daughter off, and they had a meeting where they had all of them debating each other, all talking about why
About
they
this.
want to run. No, just in general about running for District 5, and
Hmm.
these kind of things are the things that are affected by that because that particular commissioner has a voice in this.
This is crazy. I'm just crazy. Like, there's so much stuff going on downtown. I like the remodeling though, but the nightclubs after 11 o'clock, it's already hard to park down there in the first place, and all the garages are expensive too. Don't let it be two events going at one time. They always charge more money.
Ooh, yep. So this
Well,
is
man,
huge.
there's been a lot of things. It's been a lot of things going on lately this week. And also another thing that popped up. I know you ain't gonna. I don't know if people still eat there. It was a thing about 30 years ago. All the Red Lobsters are getting closed down in Orlando too as well. Sorry, no more biscuits for you guys.
The Red Lobster headquarters is here in Orlando, so that definitely affects Orlando deeply. That's I believe it was a Darden product before it
It
spun
is.
off. So
Yeah, they all closing down. They're doing auctions right now. If anybody's looking for any equipment for you want to be in the food industry, they're doing auctions and stuff like that. Uh,
really,
yeah, for like so when I read about it the other day, because it's pretty big news about Red Lobster closing nationally, and come to find out, Orlando has a lot closing. I believe between 4 to 6 locations is closing all around Central Florida. Red Lobster. I
wow,
know we're talking about Red Lobster, you got, but that's real estate technically because all them buildings about to be vacant now. Now somebody can actually get them and either purchase them, rent them, or however they got them to put a new business in it. But that's something that's been around since we was all little, man. When I was younger, Red Lobster was the place to go to. You don't go there every week. You go there like once a year, twice a year, or something like that for special occasions.
hmm
Nowadays, it's Red Lobster's not even on that top of the list. But this is very interesting though about the parking garages that's changing. 11 o'clock at night, man, that's crazy, man. So much stuff is popping up downtown, and a lot of changes is going on. So what else? What else you got for me right here? I see the
yeah.
long slow death of urban
So
nightlife.
yeah, so I brought it up because there's a couple things that I thought about when it came to that particular article. So the exterior force is, hey, they're stopping. They want to restrict the people going downtown on the debauchery. There were shooting. There've been shootings downtown. I don't know if you heard about that. That what happened at Corona. There's been shooting. So this right here was an article that came out. When was it? On the 26th. That's
Yeah, see, April
showing.
26th.
Yeah, but it's showing that the decline in club usage altogether around the world. Now, why is this
Mm,
important? Why is this
why is
important?
that? No, I know.
Well,
Huh?
there's a couple different reasons that I wanted to get into, but this is why it affects Orlando real estate because it has to do with the new entertainment venues that are coming in and the way Orlando is built. This is all about real Orlando living. Uh, Shout out Richmond. He said, I used to love Red Lobster. My mama still loves Red Lobster, by the way. That's my
You know,
mama's favorite restaurant. But it's
that's
showing
too funny.
that. So from the pandemic, I don't think clubs have been able to recover. To be honest with you, nightclubs, if you look at the numbers, it's been at a steady decline ever since the pandemic. Um, so people are starting to save up more money to do live shows. So at the same time, Taylor Swift, Bad Bunny, Drake, Travis Scott, all these
Hmm.
big acts, the price of their tickets have been going up. So
I can see. I can see that. I even hear even from kids' standpoint, they want to go listen to their best friends and stuff like that. The artists that's out. That's
yes,
interesting to see
so
that uh,
people are spending more money on concerts and
shows.
festivals.
Yeah. To me, it's a better. Be honest, about me going to the club a lot when I was in college. I haven't really been in the club like that since I've been older, and I only like staying up that late. It's tough for me to stay up that late. I can. It is a different vibe. I definitely would say. I think I would prefer to listen to music um, to your favorite person compared to going to a club, especially at this age. So I could definitely see the crazy thing about that. What's very weird with the how the economy is, you would think people would go to the club more than paying for Taylor Swift or who you mentioned because it's more affordable. But people don't like affordability when they want to have fun, so they're gonna spend that money. So that's why I guess over $100 some dollar, $200 tickets ain't nothing for people. People figure out a way to pay them tickets to get there.
So I want to talk about the top 10 reasons why people aren't going to the clubs downtown to begin with. And why this entertainment thing that's going to happen downtown next to the arena is going to be such a big deal when it does pop off. But shout out to the Farm Bros. They're on YouTube. I've been researching a lot about this all week as I'm researching the new entertainment district. They came out with a top 10, and I kind of agree with them. The first one is going out, nightlife globally is too expensive.
Just mention that. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're talking about you got to pay a cover, right? $20 to $50. Then if you want the table, what's the minimum for tables? It's 350 maybe for the table. And then you got to get one drink, and you're talking about between 350 and 500 for one bottle, which that same bottle at a store, you can get it for like what, 30 to $50.
So I'm not an alcoholic. So, but you're 100% correct. I don't drink.
You don't have to be, but that's how they make their money. They're saying, yo, why would I spend all that money when I can do that at my house? Which, by the way, after COVID, houses are much nicer. I think you can agree. A lot of people have been renovating houses and creating indoor, outdoor living spaces to do that kind of thing.
Oh, oh, the backyards people have been doing has been lit. Like the creativity for backyard spaces, yeah, it has been lit. Yeah, you're
So,
100% correct.
so
A lot of investments in the backyard.
correct. So that goes to number two. COVID taught people how to stay in more.
Correct.
So now people are doing things like this. This live streaming was a normal occurrence, live streaming, and people were having tons of fun, on live stream. I mean, right now, indoor, outdoor is the new rage. You have a three-way slider, and it goes right into the pool. You can invite all the friends over. We can have a barbecue, and we having fun at the crib. I don't have to go to the club. Why would I do that? Risk about drinking and driving. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My boy said the three door slider. I guess you got to have one of them to know what that means.
Oh, don't play me, bro. No, don't. I always make it a point
Nothing.
on my videos to make sure that I open up that three-way slider, bro. That's low key one of my favorite additions to a
Now the
house.
question is, does your three-way slider does it hide, or does it the last slide stop and all the other parts go behind that? That's the key.
What? Oh, you
You
mean
know
you
what I'm
mean the
talking
pot?
about?
You mean the pocket slider?
Yeah, yeah. Which one you got?
I just gotta listen. Let's not talk about what I have. Let's talk about what I love. Okay.
Talking about the three-way slider, but oh, hey,
Number
that's right. Well, this to piggyback what you said. Yeah, you are correct. More people are staying inside, like you mentioned. COVID created this atmosphere that we're in right now. A lot of people going to live streaming in the house, buying equipment, doing this at home. So that takes away from you traveling or going to a facility to basically, do your own thing somewhere else. So it's created atmosphere at home.
number
Even
three.
people doing. Go ahead.
Number three. Dating apps have removed the reason to go out and meet people.
It's been like that for many years.
I don't know, bro. I think COVID exacerbated that. Now they can legit what back in my I sound old as hell when I talk like that, but we had to go, remember we had to go to the club and like pick up on girls and stuff.
Yeah,
They don't do that anymore.
bro. The apps been in the game for a long time. I just think about when I was in Virginia, then moved here. All my homeboys, that coworkers that worked, it was all on apps. That was like
Mm,
10, 12 years ago. Now it probably amplified more because people have busier lives, single people, so it's hard to meet people. But the app's been out for a while, but it has probably amplified up more. And I say that because OnlyFans got super popular, um, and that's an online platform. Super popular during COVID and a little bit before that. So yeah, on that aspect. If I mention that one, that hits it right there. People
all
make a
right,
lot of money on.
all right. Number four, the cost of running bars and clubs have gone up. Period. With labor costs, with costs of rents have gone up for the clubs, and the actual product themselves have gone up. So the clubs themselves have become less profitable.
Yeah, I just read that about California the other day about a restaurant had to close the next day because they made a law to make minimum wage go higher and they couldn't afford it when they broke it down to money. So yeah, that makes sense too.
I mean, yeah, have you heard of Hall in the Yard in Ivanhoe? Did you heard they went out of business?
Where's that? Where they located?
They were on Ivanhoe, it's downtown on Ivanhoe itself. It was like a very popular spot. Well, it was trendy for a little bit, and then people stopped going to it, and then the owners went ahead and like just shut down the shop. That just happened like
It,
within the last couple
is
weeks.
is that the place people been talking about? It's been around for years. There's been a restaurant that just closed down. It's been around for like many years. A lot of people's
I don't
upset
know,
that they
not
closed
many. It's
down.
been around like 3 or 4 years, but yes, I think it got popping during
That's not it.
COVID. Okay, well that
A
was
lot,
that was
man. A lot
that
of
hit
people.
people
All the,
downtown.
well, a lot of restaurants not really surviving after COVID. Been tough. What you got for me next?
People are saving up for big festivals and big time trips.
Mm, People they've been doing that. I don't know about festivals. That's weird, crazy. But for big time trips, they've been doing that for a while. And I
Nah,
don't know.
bro. Nah, I'm not gonna let you get away with
Yeah.
that. Spirit
Well,
Airline has. You can see the trajectory of people's trip and Spirit Airline stock going up at the same time.
well, I only say
So
that because growing up, when I worked in a factory, I used to work at Honda. You guys, yeah, I used to work at a factory. So when I used to work there, a lot of people used to save up all their money just to come to Disney. 5,000, $7,000 come to Disney. So I know a lot of people still save up to go on a trip, but and if you look, okay, if you say, I guess people are, but some of the trips are not that expensive though. To be honest with you, if you get your airfare is cheaper. It just depends on the time you
okay,
fly when you pick it.
it we do airfare. We'll do the all inclusive. Let's say Tulum, Dominican Republic. We'll say Turks and Caicos. Look what's hot right now. Turks and Caicos, Antigua, even Disney here. People
Yeah,
would rather spend money on trips than going to clubs. And then on top of that, guys trips and the girls trips. The way they're doing it now, bro, there's whole campaigns around it. You can't say that hasn't blown up in the last 4 years. Passport
no,
bros,
it's blown up. Everybody's been posting on social media, and then too,
hello.
yeah, I just hit my homeboys up about doing going on a guy's cruise. So yeah,
You're literally proving everything I'm telling you as I'm talking to you.
but they've been doing it though. But yeah, what you got next for me?
Nah, bro. Uh, I'll let you rock with that. I'll let you rock with that. Six, a lot of men are giving up on dating.
Yeah, because it's expensive. They told me taking a girl out
Ah,
it's over $100. It's over $100 every time. And you know what's crazy? I just talked to a lady at work the other day, and I asked her about dating apps. She said she don't do dating apps, and I said it's very expensive. From my homeboys, said every time you take a girl out, it's over $100. Me and my wife go. Well, take that back. Me and my wife when we go out to eat, it don't hit over 100. Not really, only because neither one of us drink alcohol.
oh, okay, okay. Well, dang, that's
Yeah,
good on you, bro. That's amazing.
Yeah, so but we'd be around about $80 to $90, which sounds crazy, but $80 to $90 just for not, just not even nothing like crazy fancy, just $80 to $90. It only hits. I can't really. If we're hitting 100, it's because we got a couple of appetizers or we got a dessert probably, but only because we do not drink alcohol. If we drink alcohol easily, probably 150, 140, something like that.
Before I go any further and reveal how much I'm spending on a night, listen, if you like the information that we're giving, if you like what we're delivering and the way we're delivering, we love doing this every single week. And it's for people like you. Both he and I run a real estate business. We're successful real estate agents, and we would absolutely love to interview you for the job of helping you move or helping you plan for your future. If you're interested, my contact information is going to be in the description. On top of that, you can always DM me. We are available. And if you look on the bottom, those are our handles. You can always go to our Instagrams. You can DM us there. We are all over social and YouTube, just to give you a heads up. So on top of that, so first of all, me and Kamaja, my wife, when we go out, bro, I don't remember the last time I spent under like 150 or 200 every time, bro. Every
Why do
time.
you spend so much? Why you spend so much money to eat?
Bro, like you're talking about the nicest. We like sushi. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, so
We
okay,
eat sushi, so a roll, the nice rolls are what? Plus, we like to drink. On top of that, you say you don't drink. Do you know how much drinks are right now?
$10 plus.
Heck, $10. Ten,
That's cheap.
ten, $10, bro. A drink is anywhere from $18 to $25 a pop.
That's why I don't drink,
A pop, bro.
bro. That's $50 for two people. That's for one drink.
Let me read this comment. Richmond said, "People party differently now. I look more for personalized fun, aka trips and little getaways, than I do clubbing. Maybe it's an age thing. I don't think it is an age thing. I reference some of the young people in my office, and I see them. Oh, I got a vacation. I'm gonna go on vacation. I'm like, yo, how are you in Tulum every other month, bro? Like, how is this happening? You,
What I be saying, I see. Look, I got some homeboys like that. I'm like, bro, I don't even do that, and I
yeah.
know,
Come on, bro.
bro. I can't. I'm still tripping you to 150, 200. That's not even if you taking your kids.
Oh, bro, the kids is 200, 250 each time. I mean, no, 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 no. Okay, with the kids, I don't have to. We don't have to drink as much, and it's not a drink thing; it's an eat thing, and then it's around 150, 200, somewhere around there. If we want
Ooh,
to eat,
God.
that's every. Bro, I got 4 kids, and 3 of them are damn near adults.
Oh Lord, you can't do the hibachi.
Bro, Ford's garage cost me $110.
But Forest
Let's move.
Garage is fire. What? Hold on, real quick. You got a Forest Garage by you?
Yeah, there's a Ford's garage in Oviedo.
We got one. We got one up here in what Hamlin, Winter Garden, whatever. Yeah, I like
Yeah, I
Forest
seen
Garage.
the one in Hamlin.
My wife don't like it that much, but me and Kevin went a couple of times and grabbed a little burger.
Make a note, and we may need to rate the best burger spots in Orlando. And I don't know, that
That would
may or
be.
may not go on there.
Yeah, we could do that. All right, what you got next for me?
Next, health conscious people are drinking less alcohol.
Yeah, cause sugar. Yeah, it makes sense.
Ooh.
It consumes a lot of sugar. They probably just do one drink, if anything.
So this is in the youth. I'm getting older. I'm gonna be 40 here in a couple months. I hate to say it, but I don't really hate to say it. I love to say it because we healthy out here, drinking water and stuff. But bro, drinking ain't the same. It takes me 2 days to recover every time I drink. I don't understand it. I don't understand what's going on.
The body getting older. Like I just started back working out, and for some reason my shoulder started hurting. I'm like, what the heck going on?
Number 9, nightlife culture is frowned down upon now.
I don't even know what that means.
That means you know, it used to
Frowned
be
upon.
meaning, if you have to talk to a chick, you're like you got to be in their face. You're giving them drinks. It's this whole thing. Like
Oh,
people
you talking about
aren't
like that? Gotcha.
people aren't doing that kind of stuff no more. Girls don't want random drinks coming from somebody. You know what I mean? Um,
Well, it could be from yeah. I would just say because how the work from when after COVID hit, people are more self conscious. interacting with other people and stuff like that. You don't know if they're clean or what's in that drink. For one, just I would never take no drink for nobody else really anyway. Just from a couple of people that I knew growing up, people do some crazy stuff. So that's some side note. What's number 10?
The last one is that nobody dances anymore.
Really? Which
So, oh, this yawning. You need to fix this yawning thing. You're killing me right here with this,
that just
bro.
came
You
out of
need
nowhere.
get no. You've been yawning this whole damn broadcast, bro. You need to get your weights up. You need to start doing this.
No,
This is what this is what I think they mean by that. I think the new, it used to be back in the day. Like, listen, man, I used to be a dancer, and I know. Shout out to a lot of club promoters I know out there. I know you're watching. They used to be in dance crews, bro. We used to rehearse the joint, and then we'll bring out the dance that weekend in the club, bro, all together.
really?
Yeah, bro, that was the move. I'm Puerto Rican, Bobby. We used to do that every day. So,
Mr. Right ain't doing that. We should
nah.
just dance to the newest thing that came out. I want to know B2K. You got served dance or nothing.
Oh, when you got Sarah came out, bro, I was like,
Uh, I just went to a dance show. Too. When they played that song. They didn't even do it. I was kind of upset.
mm, 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 mm.
That's They don't dance no more. That's
So
kind
the
of
way
crazy.
they're the way they're dancing now is like these on camera dances. So they're all doing I don't
Bro,
know, this is my
TikTok.
kid, the TikTok
Just say
dances.
TikTok. Just say TikTok, man. Just say
Exactly.
TikTok. Oh my, that's is dumb. So I'm the top 10. Them are actually all valid. Majority of them are all valid reasons. I guess I can see why. But number one thing I would say number one on the list is it is expensive. Expensive. Yeah, it is expensive because a couple of my friends that want to go out, they always want to get a group. So you gotta get a bottle, you gotta get a VIP, bro. That gets up to $1,000, and then you want to go and you want everybody to pitch in. So somebody don't pitch in, then you feel bad. Then got to come out your pocket to fill the void. So and then you get money when you get there. Ugh, they do get pricey. You might as well go see Drake or go see my boy Music Soul Child and just pay that money and just listen to the music and go eat after that.
I want my boy Lennox on this, bro. I'd much rather do trips and do getaways, man. Like I, that's like I got a cousins trips coming up, and we're all like looking at all the excursions we want to be on, and the families with it, and we are partying there rather than party here and wasting that $1,000. I'd rather put that on a plane ticket somewhere.
Correct.
All
Yes.
right, so
Mm-mm.
I think that covers that. I just wanted to cover I wanted to get down. A little me still likes going out, bro. Like me and my wife, we love to go out, and we just haven't liked downtown in a very long time. Like we used to do a lot of things downtown. The Corona Cigar Lounge downtown. I mean, it used to be kind of my spot, but then when they started having the armed guards there, bro, why would I go there anymore? I'd rather go to Lake Mary or I'll go to Dr. Phillips.
Yeah, DP. I've been a couple times to the cigar. That smell is strong, but it's a good place to network though, because everybody goes there. I can tell you that.
Bro, you don't smoke cigars and you don't drink, bro. What are you? Dang, well, your body's a temple.
No, it ain't no temple. I still put horrible stuff in it, but I don't do neither one. I don't do neither one of them.
All right, let's move to the real estate. So now we're done with all the club talk and what's happening. Make sure you go out there and vote. If you're in District 5, you got to vote
Condo.
coming up. This is a big time voting month. So this is the biggest news that came out in real estate here locally, probably in the last couple of weeks. Florida is the best state to invest in short-term rental. Actually, it's number 2. It's ranked number
Who's
2.
who's beating us?
Last time I checked, it was Arizona.
Hmm.
So let me hold on. Let me bring that up real fast.
Why are you talking about that? Look, I was selling quite a few Airbnbs before I little slowed down last year, but Airbnbs in Central Florida was probably one of the best investments. On a couple of reasons why. A lot of people was buying Everybody was in the mood to buy Airbnbs everywhere in the United States. Everywhere, everywhere. Everybody doing Airbnbs and apartments. areas than you're supposed to. And this is what happened. And the reason I'm gonna tell you the whole story. The reason why, and this is what happened. The city cracked down on it and
Yep.
started doing Airbnbs and apartments, so they got evicted immediately. In Atlanta, if you got to do Airbnb, you got to go through the county or something like that to get approved to do Airbnbs. You have different areas like I'm trying to think. I think my homeboy Pennsylvania or somewhere. They was doing Airbnbs, making good money. And guess what? The county came and said, "Look, no more Airbnb." So guess what? People invested in Airbnbs and all these weird places, making some money. And then guess what? All that money was making is gone now. So you got to sell your real estate. So the reason I'm saying this and why I think Central Florida is the best place is because we have dedicated areas that you can do, which is called short-term rentals, which allows you to do Airbnbs, allows you to do the minimal to 1 day, up to 1 day. That's what's considered a short-term rental. Not like 6 months or a year. Short-term rentals usually go all the way down to 1 day. So we have dedicated areas in Central Florida that is zoned for short-term rentals, which is huge. So when we get deals like me and Omar, somebody be like, "I want to do Airbnb." Our number one thing is we have to ask that agent on that house, does this house? Because sometimes the agents are lazy and don't put it in the descriptions or put it in the remarks. We have to call and ask them, is this home in a short-term rental location? If so, we usually ask them for their what is the word? Not ROI.
We
The
talking about
For that, if it's an Airbnb home, we usually ask for the to figure out how much it makes from the house. I don't know why I just went mind blank on that.
the rent rolls.
Rolls, the rent rolls, which some would give to you, some won't, because some of them are owned by property management companies,
That's right.
and they won't give you that information. Some will. It just depends on who the person is, or it depends on how you ask. But I know. No, I can see why Central Florida is number two or could be number one is because we have dedicated locations for Airbnbs, which is short-term rentals. That's
So
awesome.
I misspoke. I misspoke a little bit. First of all, Florida is number one with short term rentals. So you're absolutely right about that. The top 10 cities, Tampa is number one.
That must just happen.
Yeah, Tampa is number one. Orlando is number two.
That's right.
Jacksonville is number three.
Yes, I heard about Jacksonville.
Yep. Boston is number four. Miami is number five.
Wow, that's so low.
So in the top five, Florida cities have four of the top five cities in Airbnbs or short term rentals. After that, you have Buffalo, New York, Columbus, Ohio, Chicago, Illinois, Providence, Rhode Island, and this weird sneaky one. I had no idea where this came from. Kansas City, Missouri. Who's doing Airbnbs out there?
I can't even. I had to really think. I know why in Florida, why it's so big, it's so popular, is because Airbnb is a good investment for. I'm gonna take away individual. I'm gonna say for families. For families that want to being something real nice, real luxury, and wherever they live and they don't really have that, man, it's a great way to get your family together. Everybody put in like $100 or $200, depends on how much the house is, and come to Florida and be in a fantastic house with the pool. Your kids can enjoy. You don't even have to go to the theme parks because the kids just love. If the kids just loves the pool, and if you do it right, if you pick a Airbnb community that has the community pool, playground, all that stuff like that, you really don't have to go nowhere besides go to Publix, Winn Dixie, whatever, buy a whole bunch of food your first day, come back home, come back to the Airbnb, and just cook every day. That's what we did. My sister came down here like a couple of times, and she got Airbnb twice, and we just stayed with her for them 3 days, and we just cooked every day. Or I go buy some pizza, and we have pizza for everybody in the house. But Airbnb is definitely a man. It's a great vibe, and it's a great investment too, as well if you get it right.
I mean, my family, we do staycations at Airbnbs here locally, bro. We rather,
There are a lot of people doing Orlando.
yeah. So let's
I
look
mean,
at how that.
question real quick.
Go ahead.
Why do People in Orlando do staycations. Why? What's the reason why?
So me and my wife are in the middle of this, and I'm like, man, I've taken the kids to DC. New York. Like, my kids don't even care to go to New York. They want to go to the theme parks. They want to be around water. They want to go to the water parks. They want to be around family, and you can go to, we have resorts right in our backyard, bro. Why wouldn't we do that?
Correct. Well, that's one reason. The other reason too is people would rather mess up an Airbnb home. When I mean mess up, I don't mean like that. Meaning as in instead of you had to clean up your own house when everybody leaves, that people will get an Airbnb.
Ooh.
It's just easier to invite your whole family for Christmas, Thanksgiving, and y'all go to Airbnb because you can just leave. You know, you're gonna straighten up. Well, you should. Well, I can't say everybody, but I know me. Our wife gonna straighten up, put all the trash where it's supposed to be. You know, make it decent. But that's another reason why people do it too, because you don't want to bring all your whole family 10, 15 people to your house, even if your house may be that big, but people still prefer to do Airbnb. It's a different atmosphere. That's another reason I hear from a lot of people.
Yeah, of course, because in Airbnbs, the houses are actually, we're going to go through some of the houses here before we get off this broadcast, and I can show you the difference between an Airbnb home and a regular home. They're built very differently. But
Facts.
let's look how they got this. The report, they went over medium home price, they did ROI, they measures, they went over values. But this was pretty cool. Given those parameters, the report notes that Orlando benefits from a high percentage of 5.63% of homes suitable for short-term rental properties. For instance, where it's more than double than Tampa. Tampa is only at 2%. So we have,
How are they beating this? It's crazy.
as well as the City Beautiful has 60 in price alone. We've increased 61.8% in property values within the last 5 years. So appreciation
So
on, so not only cash flows, but appreciation on those things have gone up, and the people who got in on them early are making a ton.
so James quote he said we are using Airbnb for a lot of our teen houses across all. I don't know what AOR stands for. Can't think on top of my head. What does that stand for?
Every responsibility.
Okay.
So that he's in the army. Yeah, he's in the army. So he's saying we're using Airbnbs for a lot of our team houses. In other words, SF
That's
folks,
dope. That's cheaper.
you're talking about people with pew pews, and then they're running their teams. When I say teams, we mean military teams out of Airbnbs. Imagine that. Shout out, Jimmy.
Bro, another girl I know, she does a travel agency, whatever. They rent out Airbnbs and they bring the whole team over to train and stuff like that. It's a good investment. It's definitely a good investment. I
So
definitely say, go ahead.
out of 1,000 Americans, 76% view Airbnbs positively. Man, nearly 60% say short-term rentals are nicer than hotels, and 67% are more comfortable. Um, I think that is changing. So this is going to be kind of weird because Orlando itself, we are a huge hospitality hub. All the major hoteliers, and Rosen, we have Westgate, we have some of the richest hoteliers in the world here in Orlando. So when they
Resorts
hear
in Orlando.
this, and
I would say.
resorts, yeah, when they hear this, they're not happy about that. Best believe that, because it's taken away from their business.
Now, I will say this: I'm gonna say a con for Airbnbs. So if you're trying to have birthday parties and stuff like that, you need to be cautious and read the descriptions and stuff of what you can do and how many people can come in. Because there's a lot of people that has been doing birthday parties for their kids and stuff and doing bouncy houses and stuff, and they've been getting the boot.
Oh yeah.
Now it could be a lot of different reasons. I don't want to really get into that, but just be cautious of what are you trying to do, and just read the descriptions and read the reviews and see if other people also had that was able to do that too as do that as well. And since we're talking about it, so as well, he's as you can see, says 76% positive. I'm assuming that's positive cash flow.
No, that's positive, meaning they see it as a positive experience, meaning they'll go again. They like the
Okay,
ideas of
so this is
Airbnbs.
this is basically consumer based, not investor based. That
Correct. And investor base is a whole different monster because right now
yes, it is.
I want to show you something from an investor side. Um, what's going on? So I'm gonna bring you into the screen where I want to appreciate you for bringing that up. So this is our MLS. If y'all don't know, this is how we gather our data. If I zoom out, boom, 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 boom. If we're looking at Orlando, this is how real estate agents look at it. If we think Airbnb, I automatically go to this corridor of the Orlando market. Not anywhere
Where
over here, not anywhere near the north. It is the southwest. You go Dr. Phillips on down, and you are in Airbnb territory.
why would this celebration?
Specifically the Four Corners. Um, you can go in whole neighborhoods here, especially if you go to Reunion. Let's go to Reunion real quick, so I can show you what I'm talking about. You can go in all these neighborhoods. Where are we at? Boom, boom, boom. Williamsburg. We talked about Williamsburg a couple weeks ago. If you go into a lot of these neighborhoods, look at the inventory. Look at the inventory, bro. You won't see this much green. Green is for sale, by the way. You will not see this much green on any other place. This much inventory other than Airbnbs. And if I look at them,
So, there's a couple of factors. I don't want to go into too much detail about it, but I just really you just see there's a lot of inventory for there's a lot of inventory for Airbnbs. There's a lot of reasons why, and I really don't want to go into it. There's a lot of reasons why. But
well,
seven
we
ninety
I
nine in a reunion.
795. So we talked about, right? We talked about they're built differently, right? This is a 6 bedroom, 5 bath. So for the consumer facing side, they love getting into this thing because just about every room has a bathroom. So you don't have to worry about people
Correct.
sharing bathrooms and all that.
Mm-hmm. So you know what's crazy? I just told my kids I just did a project for them for real estate, and the project was I want you to find your best Airbnb home and list it, and we're going to break it down. So the one thing I
Nice.
told them, if you want to identify Airbnb, they're usually weird numbers, as in 6 bedroom, 6 bath, or 6 bedroom, 10 bath. Anytime you see some weird numbers like that, is normally an Airbnb. And then two, if you start seeing a lot of homes with pools in the back, and they all like dressed up really nice inside the house, that's another indication majority of the time that that's an Airbnb too. And if you see like Star Wars, Disney, if you see Star Wars Disney theme, or if you see like pool tables and stuff in the garage, that's another indication that that's an Airbnb too for if that's being listed. There's just some
Yeah.
tips for you guys, cross stuff. If you think that's a house that you want to buy, but that's actually an Airbnb home, we got a conversation to go over, see if you about that particular house.
And these homes, so Airbnbs, they can go, if you want a condo, they can start anywhere in the 300s and they can go all the way up into the multiple millions of dollars.
Correct. Yeah,
Here's
100% correct.
here's for example, this one right here, $5.5 million Airbnb.
Yeah. So is that in reunion?
Yep.
So, so a couple of things here, you guys, since we're on it, just to give you a heads up. So, Reunion's a beautiful location, beautiful, like great vibe when you go in. You don't got to go
Look at
nowhere.
that.
So, just a couple of key things about if this is something you want to invest and get into. So, I'm gonna speak on Reunion. So, Reunion. One thing is the taxes are very high. I'm not discouraging anything. I'm just letting you guys know up front. The reason you want to know this is because you want to know what the cash flow is for what you're investing in. What's your ROI. So taxes are very high in Reunion. Two, if you want to compete with the other people, you have to get the membership. You have to
You
get the
have
membership.
to get the
That
membership.
yeah, you have to, because you want your people to be able to use the pool area, the food area. There's a couple of in golfing. You want to be able to utilize all the amenities in Reunion, so you have to get that. Them two things too. And then three, since COVID hit, all the homes in Reunion skyrocket up by hundreds of $1,000. Not 100, hundreds with the S. Three, 400, $500,000 like increase since COVID hit. Because before COVID, I had a client. I can get a nice um I can do a nice home. I can do like 600,000, get a 6.6 with a pool. That's not really bad at all. 600,000 in Reunion, but now them homes is a million,
Ooh,
a million,
look,
but $400,000.
look at this
What
taxes.
is that? 21,000. Am I right?
Yeah, $21,000 for taxes for this house in Reunion.
Now, now I don't want to discourage you guys
Not only
because
that, you got to pay a 1.5% tax to Jack Nicholas, the royalty fee, because it's a Jack Nicholas community.
yeah. So not to discourage you guys, some of these Airbnbs make over tens of $1,000s a month.
A month.
Now, now there's a key. So I have learned this too as well. Now, if you buy one of these, that you can just flip. You can buy and flip. If it's making good money, that's good. But if you buy one that's not producing, there's a reason why it's not producing. So, from the property management companies that I have talked with, sometimes when you buy a home, sometimes you got to put in six figures to renovate it to make it completable. So,
Competitive, yeah.
you mean as in you got to have a theme. A lot of these have themes, and you can't think about grown folks. You got to think about kids. Kids like the bunk beds. They like the Star Wars. They like the Disney. They love the Mickey Mouses. All them gonna have pools. That's a given in that area. So look at this house here. He's looking at nice, older home. I could tell by the kitchen.
Oh
What
yeah.
year was that?
That was a two. I don't know. 2000 and let me see what year is this.
What?
2014. 10 years
Yeah,
old is
what
an
I mean.
older home.
And when I mean older, not older as that, I can just tell by the style they made the kitchen. If you look at some of our newer homes now that they build, you very seldomly gonna see a home with that type of kitchen built right now. It's different. It's definitely different. The fact that we're talking about Airbnb so people can see, from a consumer standpoint and investor, I think it hits on both because it gives opportunity to people that want to that's on this channel looking at us that want to come down here and just have a good time. There's a lot of great locations to we got there's too many locations for Airbnb communities. For me and Omar could talk about it for weeks of all
So
the great locations.
I want to bring it up because the first thing when I talk to investors that are outside this market, I talk to people all over the country, and they're always like, "Hey, how's the Airbnb market? Is there any way I can make money?" A lot of international money right now is trying to move into Orlando, and it comes through Airbnbs. If you see a lot of these Airbnbs that are for sale, a lot of them are FERPTA deals. When we say FERPTA, that means dealing with getting money outside the United States. Uh, so that's what you're going to see with an Airbnb transaction. Again, I want to do a quick plug. If you are interested in this type of investment, you see in the expertise that Tremaine is bringing out. He just gave you a tidbit. He gave you this much on the kind of things that we look out for Airbnbs. We haven't even gone into the communities. We haven't even gone into really the dollar amount for the renovation and what that looks like. We haven't gone into the reservation. We haven't gone into you choosing the different types of companies that manage it for you. We haven't even gone into how you actually run your money, actually do the ROI. If these are things that you are interested in, listen, get in contact with us. You see our contact information below. We are your guys. I would love to help you with that endeavor. And so with Tremaine, I don't think Tremaine will say no to that.
No, I wouldn't say no to that. Hey, if you have if you want to make a smart investment in Airbnbs, definitely reach out to us. It's not a going to Airbnb in 2024 is not like it was 4 years ago. I think you,
No.
you really got to really do some research or get a really good deal, or if you just have money to basically invest and do renovation, you definitely need to have some really trusted realtors because what will happen is you go buy Airbnb home right now, and you think it's a sweet deal, and then guess what? You can't even book it. So you're stuck with that five, six, $7,000 a month note. And I have heard stories that this has happened to. You spending this high note every month because you're not getting no return. Now, I will say, by us Florida being number one, the odds of you making money is higher than you doing it in Georgia, Boston, or any other location. I definitely would say that, because we're, like I said, we're dedicated to that. And then two, this is a known fact. Do y'all research. Florida has, I'm gonna say Orlando because I live in Orlando. Orlando has one of the nicest Airbnbs. So when you start going to
By
like other
far. By
yeah, so
far.
and it messes your mindset up, because when you start going to other states and other places you want to go book an Airbnb, you be like, dang, why I don't look like this? Besides Colorado, I don't know. Colorado got some lit
Really?
Airbnbs. Yeah, when we went skiing as a like a couple trip. Oh my gosh, some dope ones, boy. We was in one. The floors heat up.
Well, it better, bro. It gets cold up there. This is one of the theme
Yeah,
rooms we're talking about. The game room with the this is a light one with the wallpaper. They have some that have the actual like
no,
props in there.
that's cheap, you guys. Let me just be honest with you.
That is very cheap. That is very cheap.
Very cheap. Look, when I say six figures, what they probably would have did would have somebody come and make that whole wall Jurassic Park instead of putting two pieces of back that.
Yeah, so there's a
Kevin
lot
said,
involved. What did Kevin say?
hold on. Well, I don't, hold on, Kev. If you on, I
He
don't,
said
I
he
don't,
said
I don't even see the questions you're asking. He asking.
I see it. He said condo versus single family home. I've seen some good price condos in reunions lately. Ooh. So
Okay, problem with condos. Problem with condos. Crazy HOA. Crazy
yes.
HOA. Or HOA or condo fee. I know it sounds weird, but them are two different things though. So you got HOA, or you can have condo fee, or you can have both. That's the problem with them. I prefer to get a house over a condo. I think you get your investment. This is me. I think you get your investment back better on a house than a condo, only because of the fees associated with it. But people are making money because they got to be making money because they keep on building condos out there in Reunion. What's your thoughts on that?
So when it comes to condos, and I'm gonna cover this probably in a different live. I might put it on the docket for next week. Let me put it on here. But there's litigation ever since the Surfside condo went down in Miami. There's been a whole change on what's going on with condos. The way what's required, the amount of money that they need to have in reserve now has completely changed. They were able to take
Oh
risks what they can't
yeah,
do no more.
oh yeah.
So now condo
Mm.
owners are hit with it. You might buy you're seeing some with deals, but the assessment that you're giving right now, you probably have to pay 25, 30, $40,000 assessment when you go into
And
that
not to
condo.
mention, condos is tough. Even town condos is tough because if they don't pay the HOA, or they're in the red or something like that, sometimes if you're financing, sometimes that deal gonna you just because they're behind on HOAs or condo fees. The whoever runs that condos is really, unless you're buying it cash or something or whatnot. I'm condos are expensive, man. Just fees, man. I run into that right now when people, and I associate condos with townhomes. I just do, because to me I see them being the same,
It's
because with
different.
the
Nah,
with the crazy fee.
townhomes are different.
I just I just Yeah, but I just say some of them have crazy fees with them. That's why I just
Yes.
associate it sometimes. This depends on which ones. They have more fees than a single family home. But can you make money from them? I'm pretty sure you can. I know somebody has to be making really good money from their condos. But as I mentioned earlier, I'm pretty sure it's decked out. That condo probably look dope. Uh, and it's probably making really good money. So
So
Kevin's on here. They do a lot of Airbnbs too as well. For they usually do it for like birthday parties or stuff like that. And they both got nice. His parents them got nice houses, but as I mentioned earlier, people they still do Airbnbs. And another thing about Kevin them too, while he's probably listening, I'm gonna switch it, because now I'm gonna switch to hotels and resorts. We got they like going to the Gaylord too a lot.
bro, I like going to the Lowe's. I like going to Disney resorts. I like going to all the local resorts, we love visiting, bro. We love a staycation. It doesn't even feel like we're in Florida anymore because we're meeting other
So
people who are traveling, and you're having fun in your own freaking backyard.
so let's break this down before we head off real quick. Which one is more affordable? The nice resorts or the Airbnb?
Okay,
Take
so
away
that
the take away the conveniency. Take away the conveniency.
well, that's
Take away
the
that part.
huge part. I think it's two different things. When you're talking about Airbnb, that's to me that's shelter. It's I'm scaling because I got a lot of people with me, and I want to cook. I want to cook my own food. I want to save money on food by cooking, and I want to have my own privacy. That's Airbnb. Hotel is I'm convenience. I don't want to worry about anything. I just want to come lay my head down, but I'm gonna be hustling around all over the place. I may never be in my hotel room if I'm down here. That's why people get hotels. They just want to be in a nice place where they can might be, drink in the area or go to the pool in the hotel room. I mean, in the hotel itself, and then go back up to the hotel. So to me, it's two different vibes. But I'm gonna tell you right now,
Was
for
the
air,
price, so the price is similar?
no, the price for hotels is more because the hotel you have to think about first of all per night. If you look at some of these resorts right now, bro, 800, 1,000, 1,200 a night.
Hey, not to remember. Hey, thing too, guys. If you haven't been to a resort here, you got resort fees too on top of that.
So that's just the fee, and then on top of that, you had to pay for your food because you're not cooking. So you're gonna go out. And I just told you how much I spend, and you're like, what? Imagine that on vacation, bro. That is my bill is ridiculous. My food bill is ridiculous every day.
Mm. Well, Airbnb is by the day too, you guys, but they usually bundle it in for the 3 days. And then two, you don't get hit in the head like on weekends resorts do. You'll be like at $50. Oh yes, $50 Monday through Friday. No, Monday through Thursday. Oh, Friday, $300. $300 Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, but if it's two
On a
thousand
rock.
dollars, you can bring other families. You can split that within families, bro. You got five
Oh,
bedrooms. I can split that.
oh, for Airbnbs, yeah, I'm talking about resorts.
Oh, resort, yeah.
Yeah, because they usually go up on a weekend on you. It's never the same price. Airbnbs is usually just a fee for the week. They don't usually try to bust your head. Now Airbnb do have other fees, you guys, real quick. Heated pool, heated pool if you want the heated pool, and also if you want to use
Cleaning
the
fee.
grill and garage. I'm not garage, grill. If you want to use the grill, pool, and got cleaning fees, so they got fees too as well. But normally, if you got a 5 bedroom house and you got family coming down, majority of the time, a lot of them they all put half. They always put in half or split it or something like that. Majority of people do. I don't really see nothing wrong with that. But um,
So there you have it,
this,
folks. We have a full day of content for y'all. I mean, you got this is real Orlando living, baby. We went over a couple things. We went over what's happening downtown with the clubs environment and what's happening with clubs in general and how that's affecting downtown. And then we shifted gears and talked about Airbnbs, how Orlando is number 2 in the nation, and how Florida is the number 1 spot for Airbnbs. And we kind of went in on all the little different things that we look at that when we were taking note on staying on Airbnbs and B possibly buying Airbnbs, bro. What'd you think of today's episode?
who me?
Who else?
Oh, I thought somebody calling. Now,
Good.
today's episode was really good. We touched on downtown, and then we switched over to Airbnbs, which I think is a good thing for investment and also for consumers. We can talk about that a whole lot just because there's so many different locations. We can talk about Reunion, Savito, Sovitas and Kissimmee.
Solo
You got
Vida.
Solavita, yeah. See, I knew you know what I'm talking about. Solavita. Then you got there's
Hey.
another one in there's another community there, Celebration. I can't think off the top of my head. It's a townhome community by Ashley Builder. So there's a lot of different we can discuss and talk about and hit on. But I want you at least went over it and let you know why we keep on talking about why Florida's I have to say is like one of the best places to visit and also to live. And the stats are coming out. Stats don't lie. Every week we didn't hit you with we're either top ranked or number two, and every sports was one. We just talked about just Airbnbs, and then what was another time we just talked about? Oh, was it nightlife or entertainment? We just talked about
We
how
talked about entertainment. Yep.
it was in the top five or something like that for Orlando area.
We
So
haven't
we
even
everything
talked
we've been
about food. We haven't even talked about food and how we becoming the number one foodie spot in the United States.
yeah, bro. Orlando's been top ranked of the last couple things. Let me say top 10. We've been in the top 10 in every single thing basically we've been discussing lately. So
It's not on
and not,
accident.
I'd have Nah, not on accident. It's just be and lots of it just been popping up, man. Like, well, I'll be on social media on Instagram, somebody posts something I'm like, dang, really? Then I do some research and I'm like, man, that's crazy. Like everything is like what we've been talking about just been popping up on us, you know. It took a little while. It's been 4 or was it been 3 years since COVID?
I think we're like year 3 out. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's year three, like the builders are like they started laying the plot and clearing out, and now like builders are coming. Um, they're doing more enhancements downtown, our drive, builders, theme parks, like everything is popping up right now. I think a lot of stuff wasn't affected beforehand, but it slowed down because of COVID. But we're definitely seeing like that's why we got so much information to talk about because there's so much stuff that's coming. We could talk about a new topic every single week that's going on in Orlando. You guys will never get bored. And then as soon as we get this thing really going, we'll probably start implementing like real footage of stuff that we can show you guys that's going on in the community that we can get. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And next week we'll figure out what we're gonna be talking about because there's so much stuff that pops up. Anything else for us, Omar?
Listen, if you have ideas, I'm getting more and more emails. A lot more. The word is getting out. Please share this with a friend. Let people know that we're talking about real estate in Orlando and in the news that's affecting you every day. So give it out to your friends. Continue to send us DMs. Continue to email me if there's something you want to know and you want us to dig deep on. Let me know. We'll definitely take a bite out of crime and get after it and let you know the exact if that's how it's affecting you and how it's going to affect Orlando in general. So keep giving us that feedback, and we'll love to put it on the show.
Before we go, I gotta ask him, where the heck did you get Bite Out of Crime? What cartoon is that?
Hey, that's what is that? What's that hound? Take a bite out of crime, man. It's an old reference, isn't
Is it
it?
a Yeah, because I think it's a police thing, ain't it?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I can't think of his name either. That's
Dang,
pretty funny. But
Scruff McGruff
I
or something like that. Is it Scruff McGruff? I don't know.
man, you're gonna make me Google that. But yeah, man, I hope you guys uh hey, crime,
Oh, look at you. You're really looking it up. You're really looking it up.
bro. Take a bite out of bro. What the heck? Oh, McGruff. It is Crime the dog. Yep. Take a bite of a crime.
Told you. Told you. Let's
Yeah.
go.
With that note, we're gonna end it with that. Take a bite of the crime. McGruff, we out.
Take care. Peace.
Peace.